Baba asks us to not get caught up in questions. Yes, because sometimes, we think that I have a question and I want an answer. And what Baba is trying to say is that just because you get answers, you don't get them. So, sometimes you give an answer and then you ask, did you get it? So, you just gave an answer, but then why do you ask, did you get it? Because getting an answer is not about just getting an answer, it's also about getting it. And how will you get it? If you are in that stage which is ready to understand that answer. And we souls, when we are not in our very pure state, we use logic to understand everything. But not everything can be understood through logic. And, and everything cannot be understood logically, mathematically, or, experientially or scientifically. So not everything is amenable to that kind of understanding. There is, so the realm that Baba is introducing us to, the spiritual realm, understanding of spiritual truths is all about having that capacity of the buddhi or the purity of the soul, which is the intuitive capacity which makes you understand all these things. And Baba says Divya Buddhi. So, we need that divine intellect to understand spiritual truths. So, Baba says don't get caught up in questions. Just try to create the practices or practice the practices which help you have a divine intellect. And those practices are remember me, be pure. And when we practice purity and remembering Baba, then the locks on our intellect open and we understand many things which we didn't understand earlier. And there's this thing about drama and karma. And I think, even if you keep asking several times how when there is drama, why to do karma, or if we are doing karma, then why shouldn't it change the drama? So there is no logical answer for that. But once your intellect starts becoming divine, you kind of intuitively understand. Even if you can't make anybody else understand, you can understand that yes, I am doing karma in the moment, and even that karma is dictated by my destiny. And then according to my destiny, I keep choosing my karma, and that karma keeps taking me closer and closer to my already fixed destiny. So so when the soul is egoless, then you start understanding how we are all bound by the drama. And you don't mind being bound by the drama, because you see that Baba says that I am also bound by the drama. So maybe drama ke bandhan mein hu, Baba says. But does Baba feel insulted that, I am the greatest and I am the supreme and yet I am bound by the drama? No, because Baba is egoless. So Baba understands that, the drama is accurate and perfect. And when the drama is accurate and perfect and beneficial, so, there are these adjectives used for the drama. So the drama is accurate and the drama is beneficial. So why do you not want to be bound by something that is accurate and beneficial? So Baba says that I don't mind being bound by something that is so accurate and so beneficial, and you also shouldn't mind being bound by the drama, which is very accurate and very beneficial. And once you start with your, with your Satopradhan Buddhi, once you start realizing that this is a great drama and it's an interesting drama and it's a beneficial drama and an accurate drama, then instead of, this fixation with trying to change the drama, you start being more perceptive to what is my drama, and you start asking different questions about what is the drama asking me to do. So you see that the drama brings you to Baba. Did you come to Baba or did the drama bring you to Baba? So, the drama brings us to Baba, and if the drama brings us to Baba, then the drama is really good for us and it's really beneficial for us. And then what does the drama want you to do? Maybe, there is some scene in the drama which doesn't appear very pleasant. So what is the drama telling you at that time? The drama is telling you that you need to learn more, do better. Because you see, every pain is trying to tell you that you need to change something. And then you have Baba, who is telling you what to change exactly. So you see, when we are with Baba and we have the knowledge of the drama, then we don't ask why the drama is predestined or should we change the drama. We in fact love the drama and love the fact that the drama is here to present us with scenes which work like test papers and which help us apply all the knowledge that we have and get an experience out of the points of knowledge that Baba is giving us. So Baba says that for every question, mostly these are the questions that children ask. So I took up this question about how do you reconcile drama and action, or drama and karma. And then, some people say that I don't, why did the things that happen with me, or why should they repeat after 5,000 years? I don't want them to repeat after 5,000 years. But you see, if you reject things that made you, then you're rejecting yourself. So if you are rejecting your journey, so whatever happened in the past, that is what has made you who you are in the present. And don't you love yourself in the present? And if you don't love yourself in the present, then you are rejecting yourself, and that's not a good idea. So if I want to accept myself, love myself in the present, then I have to have a lot of respect for whatever happened in the past. Because if I have any understanding of, so with our present intellect, we recognize Baba, we do what we do with Baba, and all this experience and this intellect comes from our past experiences. So those are good. Yes, those scars, everything is good. That's why it brings us to Baba. So Baba says, don't ask why that happened, because if that had not happened, you wouldn't be here. And you are in a good place, you're with Baba. So it is said, all is well that ends well. So the past also is very good because it made you come to Baba. So Baba says that, but once, if you have not melted away your ego, if you're still full of, lust, anger, ego, desires, attachments, greed, then you can't understand these things. So, you need a lot of objectivity, you need you need a divine intellect. A divine intellect is a pure intellect, an intellect which is uninfluenced by the conditioning of the Ravan Rajya. And until and unless we have this pure intellect, we cannot appreciate the understanding that Baba is giving. And Baba says, if you keep asking questions, it's not going to get solved. But if you follow what I say, which is remember me and choose purity in your thought, word, deeds, if you start doing that, then the locks on your intellect will open, and then everything you will feel like, Baba is answering those questions also which you never asked. So Baba is always answering more than we need to know or because Baba is preparing us for the future. But we will be able to appreciate all of that if we tried, if we put an effort into creating this divine intellect by remembering Baba and embracing purity. So this is something that, and sometimes children ask that, I just want to do away with anger or stress or worry, or, I just want to get rid of my anxiety. And then they would say, why don't you give direct answers to that? But then even if we, get rid of anxiety, very easy. Stop thinking unnecessary stuff. So, just stop yourself from thinking what you're thinking, because your thinking is the cause of your anxiety. That's the answer. But how do you stop that? You will stop that only when your buddhi is able to embrace the knowledge that Baba gives you. Because if you don't have understanding and power in the soul, then the soul is not powerful. And when the soul is not powerful, so you see, the soul is made of 7 elements: knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, power. And when the soul is weak, then the buddhi, the mind, the sanskars, which are the organs of the soul, they are not in your control, because no kingdom is in the control of a weak ruler. So when the soul is weak, then the mind, the intellect, and the sanskars keep doing their own thing. They are not in the control of the soul. But once you start working on, so the 7 things are given by Baba. So knowledge is directly given by Baba through the, through the Murli. But you need to churn on that knowledge so that it becomes your knowledge, your understanding. And then yoga, through yoga you imbibe purity, peace, love, joy, bliss, power from Baba. But to have that flight of yoga, you need purity. Yes, if you don't follow brahmacharya, if you don't practice purity of food, because you see, there is a very important picture of a yogi that Baba had got created for us. And in that picture of a yogi, so the yogi is sitting on a table or a chair which has 4 legs. And the 4 legs are brahmacharya, celibacy, shuddhan, pure food, satsang, which is daily murli, and divya gun, which is divine virtues. So Baba says that if you have good yoga with me, you the soul will be full. Yes, so you the soul will fill yourself with purity, love, peace, joy, because I am the ocean of all these virtues. But how will you have good yoga? Until and unless these 4 things are in place. So if you're not listening to regular murli, then your buddhi doesn't have, so just like when a aeroplane takes off, then something has to rotate, underneath. And with that rotation, that momentum is built, which makes the plane take off. So there's this movement, and Baba says, Similarly, you need the churning of Gyan to have that flight of yoga, to move your buddhi from here to there. You have to have that churning of Gyan. So until and unless you listen to Murli daily, yoga is impossible. Then second thing, if there is no celibacy, if there is impurity in the form of lust, then there cannot be yoga, because such an intellect which is so when there is an engagement in the form of lust with the body, then the intellect gets very attached to the body, and such an intellect cannot detach from this world and go there and remember Baba. So celibacy is a must. It's not, it's uncompromisable. And then pure food, because you will remember the one. So if you eat food which is not cooked in Baba's remembrance, then you will remember the one in whose remembrance the food is cooked. Yes, that's a law. And if the food is tamo pradhan, having very negative vibrations of the world, so if it's, it's based on the kill and the negative that comes from, the killing animals or something, then that negativity will also pull you. So Baba says that these are spiritual laws, and if we don't understand that, if we don't consume food or accept food which is prepared in the remembrance of Baba, then that food, if we consume the opposite kind of food, then that food will become counterproductive to our purpose, because if it is prepared in the remembrance of someone else, it will remind you of that one else. And have you seen that, suppose, in a household, let's say I make cake, and I make cake in the remembrance of the child who is away. Okay, so I make that cake, and while making that cake, I'm thinking that child is away, and I made that cake in his remembrance because he liked it so much. Then everybody who is eating it will also remember that child and eat the cake, because that's how remembrance works. So Baba says, if you prepare, offer and accept food in Baba's remembrance, only then can that food help you in remembering Baba. And then there is Divya Gun also. Divya Gun means that, maybe let's take one Divya Gun, one divine virtue is sweetness. So just try talking to someone, in a rude manner, or just dismissing someone with your words, and then try having yoga. Can you have yoga? So if you have been rude to somebody, if you have shouted at somebody, if you've not even shouted, if you've just used one word which was not proper. So, if you've just said one sentence which was not proper, even then after that you can't have yoga, because that karma will keep pulling you. So Baba says that you have to have purity for yoga. So, yoga makes you pure. Yoga makes the soul pure. But then these external forms of, practices of purity, this is mandatory for yoga. And Baba says that, if you start practicing yoga and purity, then your intellect will be very pure, and in that state, because the soul is getting powerful, soul is getting full of Baba's virtues and powers, then your buddhi will have so much more clarity that you will understand everything that Baba is saying. And without that, even if you keep asking questions, it doesn't help. So Baba says, instead of asking questions, focus on what I am telling you, which is to practice remembering me and practice purity. So this is one thing. And then Baba today says that, there is, I always in the course, I talk about this thing called God versus the idea of God. Yes, so we have, there is I the soul versus the idea of I the soul. And then God versus the idea of God. And then there is, Baba today talks about, in Bhakti we say Rudra Gyan Yagya. So the sacrificial fire of knowledge created by Rudra Shiv Baba. But there is again, Rudra Gyan Yagya, the idea of Rudra Gyan Yagya and the actual Rudra Gyan Yagya that Baba creates. And then there is the idea of heaven and the truth about heaven. And until and unless Baba comes, we don't we don't have any clarity about the fact that our idea of everything is very different from the truth of everything, because until the ocean of truth comes, you don't know the truth. So, we had an idea that, our ancestors were monkeys and we are very monkey like, and then we have a monkey mind, and then, it's very natural to be in ego and stress and all worried up, and, we never thought that peace and purity are our religion. But when Baba comes, he introduces us to ourselves. And then today Baba says that you are the saligrams that everybody is worshipping with Shiv Baba. So, when a Rudra Yagya is created, in Bhakti they create small saligrams. So, they are also created out of mud, and then a Shivling is also created out of mud, and then they worship that. And Baba says, who are those who are being worshipped with Baba? So, just like the world is worshipping God, the world, every soul in the world is also worshipping our, it is the world is remembering us and worshipping us. And Baba says, you are those worship worthy souls. And just like, we worship God, but we don't know what He did, to be qualified to be worshipped. Because, when children come for the course, and I have tried this with many people, I ask them, what does God do? Then the inevitable answer is that God does everything, okay? And then the second question you ask them is, does everything happen because you are doing karma, or everything happens because God does it? So they would say, no, karma, karma. And then you ask them, okay, so everything is happening because of individual karma and collective karma, correct? So they would say, yes. So then what does God do? And then they would say, so are you telling God doesn't exist? So I said, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking you, in your opinion, what does God do? Because people are praising God for that which He doesn't do. So, and you just nudge them a little, and then they come to that place where they say, we really don't know what God does and why are we worshipping Him. So, but everybody, intuitively feels that it is wrong to not worship. So, God is worship worthy and you must worship. But then why? We don't know. So, Baba says, I tell you that I tell you what I do, which makes me, worship, which makes you worship me for half the cycle. So, when you are at your lowest, when you are at your impurest, I am the one who comes and picks you up, adopts you, teaches you, purifies you, and again gets you ready for heaven. So I am the one who is the bestower of happiness. I am the purifier. I am the one who takes you to liberation and liberation in life, which is Satyug. So I am the one doing all of this, and this is why you worship me. It is because of what I do in this Sangam Yug that you worship me. And Baba says that now that you recognize who I am, you also recognize who you are, because you are the ones who help me in this task. And Baba says that our relationship is not what you made it out in bhakti. So Baba says your duty is not to just touch my feet and wash my feet, and I am not here to get myself treated through this washing of feet and other stuff. So you are not the ones who should be washing my feet or touching my feet, or that puja bhakti that you do. That's not how you offer your feelings to me or offer your bhavna to me. So Baba says, I don't have feet. And Baba says, I don't have feet. I come from the soul world. I create this Rudra Gyan Yagya. I create this sacrificial fire in which I ask you to offer all your vices. Yes, so what do you offer in the sacrificial fire created by Rudra Baba? So what does Baba ask you to offer? Baba asks you to offer all your impurities, all your vices. And how do you offer vices? Do you have it in a bag and you just push that bag into the fire? So there is no physical fire. There is no physical bag of vices. So how is this done? We have to understand this. So you see that Baba has created this Gyan Yagya, in which Baba is, adding fuel to Gyan Agni. So to the fire of knowledge, Baba is enhancing the fire of knowledge day by day. And when we, the souls, we imbibe that knowledge, then that knowledge inspires us to use our body, mind, and wealth, which was being used under the influence of vices. So we start, as we understand more and more and we meditate more and more, we start pulling out our body, mind, and wealth from investing it in the old world to investing it for spiritual seva. And that is how this whole yagya is sustained. And how can you be free from vices? So you can only be free from vices if you pull out your body, mind, and wealth, your physical energy, your mental energy, and your financial energy. If you start withdrawing that from the old world, only then can you be free from vices. Yes, you cannot be free from vices. You cannot be free from attachment by thinking about your child all day. Yes, if your mental energy is going to your child all day, then you cannot be free from attachment. So Baba says, only think necessary thoughts about the child, and rest of the time remember me. Use your mind to remember me. And Baba says, similarly, physical energy. If you are devoting all your physical energy to just earning money and taking care of my father, my brother, my sister, my neighbor, then you cannot get rid of this consciousness of I and mine. So it is very important to understand that whatever we give our time, thought, energy, wealth to, we will be attached to that. And Baba says that if you want to be free from vices, now if you are attached to the old world, then it can only be in a vicious way. You cannot be attached to the old world in a virtuous way. So Baba says that you have to start pulling out your body, mind and wealth. Take out, some 1 hour to remember Baba, 1 hour to do some seva for Baba, or take out some money to contribute to the yagya seva, or take out some physical energy you devote to, it is recommended that you do something for Baba, even if, it's cooking. So even if, you cook maybe 3 meals a day, then in that 3 meals, just think about what you want to offer to Baba. And even if it takes some extra effort, with that love for Baba, cook a toli. Yes, cook something. Maybe it's just 2 tolis. And cooking 2 tolis is the same as 20 tolis. So even if you cook 2 tolis and make it for Baba, and that physical effort that you're making for Baba will help you get rid of your karmic accounts, and it will help you pull out your body, mind and wealth from the old world. So Baba says that this is how you sacrifice everything that you have in the Rudra Yagya that I have created. And when the fire of knowledge and yoga gets, fueled higher and higher, so the more you remember Baba, the more you imbibe knowledge, the more you start sacrificing yourself in the fire of yoga. And there's this beautiful thing about this word sacrifice. Sacrifice literally means to make sacred. So when we start sacrificing our body, mind and wealth in the yagya, it starts making us sacred, purifying us. So you can't just become pure by taking affirmations, I am pure, I am pure. Until and unless you take out your body, mind and wealth and invest it in, following Baba's Shrimat and doing Yagya Seva, becoming pure is impossible. So Baba says, now you know the Yagya, and now you know what I want you to do, and now you know what makes you worship worthy, and now you know what makes me so great. Because I am great because I come and create this Gyan Yagya in which you sacrifice everything and you become pure. So this is why I am great, my greatness is worshipped, and because you do your thing, you are also worshipped. And then Baba says that, and there is a big sacrificial fire that Baba has created, which nobody can see. But every child who is listening to Gyan and doing yoga is feeling the heat and the warmth and the light of that sacrificial fire that Baba has created. So now we know the true Baba. Now we know what Baba wants and what Baba says. Baba doesn't ask us to read scriptures or, wash his feet or offer him flowers. Baba says no. Baba says, yes, you can say namaste to me because you know that I am the highest, and that too not just formally but with your heart, because now you know that, I'm here to uplift you. So, but Baba says, I also say namaste to you. So it's not just you saying namaste to me, but I say namaste first because I recognize that you are the helpers who help me in doing my work. So we know the true Baba, we know Baba's teachings, we know the true us, we know why we are worshipped in bhakti, and we also recognize the Rudra Gyan Yagya that Baba has created. Okay, Om Shanti.